Hey folks, Slab City Organics, February 5th, and we're out here in Sherman, New York. And this is the kind of weather we have out here. And that's why our topsoil is a seasonal operation. But this right here, dug a little bit out, and this is what we have. And this material, this pile has always set for over 3 years before we even tap into it. And this is the kind of dirt we make. This whole pile is basically inventory. But the reason why it has to set for 3 years is that when somebody gets our dirt, they can grow a tomato and have the equivalent of the same tomato you would buy at Wegmans, and it'd be certified organics. And we would like to explain to you what organic means and some of the challenges that we've had trying to get this operation running. So we'll go inside now. This pile over here that you see is another finished pile, and that's been sitting for a year, and when we get through this pile, that pile right there will set way over 3 years. So it's just a process that we do, and we feel it's one of the cleanest, environmentally sound systems that you can come up with, and it's called anaerobic static pile composting. That's the definition of this type of composting.
The advantages to static pile composting are least amount of maintenance, no turning required, low cost, less odor, results in healthier natural soil. The extended time frame allows us to reach our 3-year chemical-free organic standard, and much more. The disadvantages are longest composting time, care must be taken with initial mixture, and must have available space to let the piles sit for long periods of time.
So we'll head inside and we'll talk a little more on it.
Isn't all soil organic since it's soil? Not necessarily. One way that may be easier to think about it is to substitute the word organic for the word living. Organic soil is a soil that is created by the decomposition of plant and animal materials to create a nutrient and mineral rich mini ecosystem with microorganisms that feed and breathe life back into the soil. Or to put it another way, organic soil is how soil exists in nature. Before chemicals were added, before synthetic and modified ingredients depleted the soil of its natural power, this is how soil existed. Think of the forest floor. Leaves and trees fall, fruits and vegetables grow and are eaten, animals feed and leave waste. All of this activity directly impacts the soil and creates a power-packed foundation for future growth. It creates a soil that is living. What is organic soil? Organic soil usually refers to any soil that is made from a variety of different natural organic matter, like compost, manure, worm castings, bat guano, and other such materials obtained from animals and vegetation. Usually, organic soil does not contain any chemicals or pesticides, but there is no USDA regulation for how soils are labeled. As long as the soil contains only natural carbon-based ingredients, it can be labeled as organic, so some types of organic soil may not be 100% natural. Keep this in mind when shopping, particularly if you want to avoid using pesticides and chemical fertilizers when growing your plants. Gardening is generally a healthy and pleasurable hobby or occupation. However, any activity carries some risk, and gardening is no exception. Potting mix is known to carry harmful bacteria and fungi, and there have been reports of deaths from diseases such as the Legionnaire's disease, a lung infection, that have been attributed to bacteria in potting mix. Many bacteria and fungi that can cause infections in people live in soil and water, so it's not surprising that potting mix can also have in it bacteria and fungi that may on occasion cause harm to people and in rare cases even kill them. But it's important to note that overall the risk is very low. How do you use organic soil? Work 2 to 3 inches of organic matter into the surface of the soil. Then add at least 1 inch more each year after that. Add the organic matter in the fall if possible. Use permanent raised beds to improve drainage and keep foot traffic out of the growing area. Should I buy organic soil? A great organic potting soil can not only help your plants thrive, but you know that it is free from any pesticides or genetically engineered chemicals. Organic potting soil should contain a lot more organic material than regular potting soil. These things provide nutrients and minerals for your plants and garden.
Slab City has been working almost 3 decades to perfect a quality product that would meet the organic standards of the USDA. Our organic seal guarantees that our product is chemical and pesticide free for 3 years. Thanks for watching our video on organics.